it's a funny thing. A lot of people, because of some trauma in grade school or something, become convinced that artists are somehow different, that other people are artists, but they're not artists, or other people can sing, but they can't sing. And that's a, that's a wound, because it nobody has to be a great musician or a great singer, but singing particularly affects our brain in really powerful ways. And I mean, that's one of the things that the workshop is meant to explain. But um, everybody has a voice, everybody can access singing. And in some ways, it's like learning to ride a bicycle, singing in tune, for example. I mean, at first you're going to wobble and you're going to fall over. And then there's a point where you find it. And suddenly you're like, oh, suddenly you become aware of what it feels like to sing in tune. And of course, you have to sing out of tune at first. And singing in a mass of people is forgiving, because no one's particularly listening to you per se, but you get to ride on the sound of everybody's voices, and your brain quickly calculates. It's amazing how quickly people can actually learn to sing in tune. So in some ways, I hope that people come to this with a sense that you don't have to be an expert, and that especially if you had some trauma around being musical, that this is actually a great way to overcome that trauma in a very forgiving environment. And it happens quite naturally. That's the thing. We don't have to go through special exercises to get you to sing in tune. You just have to sing in a group for, like a few hours. And after a while, that starts to kick in. And the thing is, when you're suddenly singing in tune, you can hear it and you can feel it. Partly, I mean, you can feel, in a sense, the sound waves like come into consonance. It lines up. And so on every level, there's a lot of waves that are lining up. There's the sound waves that we're making, there's the brain waves that we're creating. And so the process brings us into a place of consonance and resonance. And I think that can help overcome a lot of people's sense of trauma, or a lot of people's sense of difference. And show people that art isn't something that's separate from you, that it's something that you also can participate in, and that what makes it creative is often what comes after the experience. You could be an accountant and suddenly understand something that you didn't understand about a problem that you were trying to deal with, or a scientist, or there's so many realms of human activity that are enabled and enhanced by old patterns being disconnected in your brain in a way that allows new ideas to form. So participating in experiences of art, singing, dancing particularly, help engender that. So you don't have to be an artist to benefit by participating in art.